Hello everyone, this is JPL back for What Happened to the Brony Fandom Part 2. So this part is basically, kind of the same thing as the first part, telling you what's going on with the Brony Fandom, why it seems to be decreasing in spirit, and also to tell you what I found out at BroNYCon. So, let's start out with BroNYCon. Actually, let me give you a brief summary. I think that the fandom is decreasing in spirit, but it has a lot more in numbers. And why? Because people who started out in the fandom were getting older, and so they're losing their interests. The whole theme of love and tolerate is no longer the factor, and now it's just ponies. It's no longer like a brand new thing. We've already had the past the age. The controversies of episodes and stuff. We only had like 2 seasons, 1 season to work with back then. Now there's like a whole bunch of stuff, likes and dislikes. Back then was the rise of popular fan content, and now there seems to be kind of iffing in the last of them. Basically, there was a lot more activity way back when. And, I talked to a bunch of people at BroNYCon, asked them the thing, told them, all this stuff, and see what they thought of it. And most of them would agree. The ones who have been part of the fandom since seasons 1 and 2, they would definitely agree with me. And the people who are newer to the fandom or have not really, or who have never done conventions of the Brony Fandom, they would disagree and say, like, no, it's just as good as ever. But no, it's the fandom. The BroNYCon this year was. There really wasn't much of the fandom in there. There was a lot of people, 7,000 people, but you didn't really feel the spirits of the fandom there. Like last year, 2015, you can definitely feel the spirit of the fandom. Every line, you would have singing and chanting. This one, no one sang and no one chant. Emmy Larson actually made a point of that in one of the panels. He says, nobody's singing anymore. He, gets his phone, start playing music, everybody, start singing. No one sings. And that's just kind of what's happening to the fandom. The fandom is no longer feeling the spirit that they once had. My Little Pony is just now decreasing in a sense. The show, it's still good, but the fans, they're no longer, tuning in to watch it. They now watch it, later after it comes out. And that's the struggle of it. The reviews and ratings of the show has been pretty down lately. And so, hopefully in the future, it could rise up. But that's basically just it from what I found. Yeah. But what does this mean for the future of the fandom? It probably means that once the show ends, there's going to be a small portion of the fandom that still exists. I think that most people in part of the fandom will leave. Won't do anything for the fandom. But as long as we still have the fan animators and the fan content, they still do all that stuff, we should still have a pretty stable fandom. But once the show is gone, then the fandom is just gonna decrease in spirit until there's maybe one attendee to a BroNYCon, or they just end the convention overall. Ways we could fix it. really think that we should go back to the love and tolerate motto. Because the golden year of the fandom was way back in 2012 with that first BroNYCon, and that spirit was there. And the reason why the fandom's kind of decreasing because we've already had that. Like, way back then, that's when everything was started, and now we've experienced it each and every year, and then, you know, we already experienced it, so it's no longer the same thing. We don't have the same energy and spirit as we had before. So what do we need to make this fandom rise up again? I don't know. Honestly, I think the fandom has run its course. I don't know what element of the fandom could be added to bring in unity. Chance that the movie might come, if it comes out in theaters worldwide, then yeah, maybe that could be the stepping point to bring the fandom together. And if that's the end of the show with that movie, then I would say that's a really high note to leave the fandom on. Just one big event. Big movie. Anyway, that's just my opinion on this topic. I'm sure you all have your own opinions, and if you want to share them, go ahead. I'd love to listen to what you think what's going on with the fandom. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.